Now we are done with parallelograms. We're going to be doing two quadrilateral shapes that have different properties. And the first one of those today is trapezoids. Okay, so we have on a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. As you can see in this picture here, the bases are the parallel sides, the legs are the non-parallel sides, and we have the base angles. Okay, so we have, I'm just going to put an X. Those four are base angles. Okay, what we're really going to be studying most of the time is an isosceles trapezoid. A trapezoid in which the legs are congruent. What does that look like? Okay, it looks like these pictures right here. Okay, if a trapezoid is isosceles, then each pair of the base angles are congruent. Okay, so you can see angle G is congruent to angle H, F, and J are congruent. You also see these two sides congruent. Okay, that's isosceles, similar to isosceles triangle. If a trapezoid has one pair of congruent base angles, then it is isosceles. So if the angles are congruent, the sides are congruent, just like the triangle. Okay. Also, the diagonals are congruent, as we see in this third picture right here. The diagonals are equal. So let's do some trapezoid problems. All right. We're trying to find the measure of MJK. We are trying to find this right here. Okay. JML, this is isosceles, by the way, so I'm going to mark this. I know these are congruent, and I know these are congruent. So the measure of JML, this is, I am going to draw this here. This is 130, which means this is 130. And I know those two other are going to be the same. I know that quadrilaterals add up to 360. So 360 minus 130 minus 130. It's going to equal 100. And then if I divide by 2, I am going to get my two other angles. And if I add all those up, you will add them up to equal 360. All right, so that's kind of how we find the missing angles there. Now it's asking for how to find JL. Okay, now, this is kind of a challenging problem. Yeah, we are, let's see, KN is 6.7, MN is 3. Oh, okay. So here's what we got to do. We got to find, these two are equal, the same. What's KM? Well, KM, oops, if I label my picture, KN is 6.7 and MN is 3.6. Well, I add those up, plus 3.6, use your calculator, you get 10.3. And that is the answer for JL, because those two diagonals are the same. All right, so that's just trying to get you to understand the properties of, that's 50, by the way. Okay. Moving right along. We have a mid-segment. Okay, a mid-segment is the segment that connects the midpoints of the legs of a trapezoid. So this trapezoid is not isosceles. Here's my midpoint. Okay, there's a midpoint of that line and a midpoint of this line. And the line that's drawn connecting those two is called the midsegment. And we have a formula. that we are going to practice. And here is our formula right here. I don't like to use these letters. Okay, what I like to say is the mid-segment, or MS, mid-segment, equals 1/2 top plus bottom. And you can call whatever you want the top or the bottom. Okay, so we're going to label what each one of our things is. The mid-segment is 2x plus 3. I'm going to say top is 10, bottom equals 20. And now I'm going to plug it into my equation, which is right up there. So my mid-segment, I'm going to write first, is 2x plus 3 equals 1/2 times the top plus the bottom. And what I'm going to do then is go like this. 10 plus 20 is 30. And now I'm going to take half of 30. 2x plus 3 equals, half of 30 is 15. Minus 3 minus 3. 2x equals 12. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 6. So basically you're just plugging in the numbers from the question into the problem. Okay, let's list out this one. Mid-segment equals 51. Top equals, we'll say 65. Bottom equals 3x plus 7. So I'm going to plug them into my equation. Mid-segment equals 1/2 times top plus bottom. So 51 equals 1/2 times 65 plus 3x plus 7. Just like always, I have to combine like terms. So I get 1/2. 65 plus 7 is 72 plus 3x. Now I'm going to distribute the 1/2. 1/2 times 72 is 36. And then I just have to make a fraction here. I know we don't like fractions, but it's just a fact of life here. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here and try to write on this side. Before I do that, we'll just write this. I'm going to subtract 36 from both sides. So I get 15 equals 3/2 x. Okay, what I'm going to do to get rid of the 3/2 is I'm going to multiply by 2/3. I'm not going to give you a problem with all these fractions, but this is just showing you how to do it. 2/3 times 15 is 10. And then, there we go. So I did 15 times 2 is 30. 30 divided by 3 is 10. All right, this last question I want you to do on your own for practice, so you can enter the answer into the Edpuzzle. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to list out your mid-segment, which is 36. You are going to list out the top, which is 12, and you're going to list the bottom, which is 6x plus 18. Here's your equation. And now I want you guys to solve this. All right, we plug it in. We get 36 equals 1/2 times 12 plus 6x plus 8. We're going to combine like terms. 1/2 times 20 plus 6x. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute my 1/2 equals 10 plus 3x. I'm just going to keep going down here since I have white space. I'm going to subtract 10. And we'll get 26 equals 3x. You will get a decimal. 26 divided by 3 is 8.67. So if you got a decimal, I did the problem completely wrong. I got to go back to, this is an 18. So this is 30. This becomes a 15 minus 15 minus 15. This becomes a 21 and x equals 7. Okay, it is not a decimal. Hopefully you guys stayed around long enough to see my error. I didn't copy the problem down correctly. All right. And